الناس إن كنتم في شك من ديني فلا أعبد الذين تعبدون.
جزاكم الله خير وأحسن الله عليك.
وإياك.
طيب شيخ, أسئلة. Another question here. There's quite a few of them, but basically they're just asking حول الأحداث يعني ما جرى في Afghanistan. So the Taliban have now taken over the country. Are they the rulers now? Sam'a wa ta'a, do we hear and obey them? What's the stance of Ahlu Sunnah regarding that issue? Barakallahu fiqh.
Yani subhanallah, yani we don't know why people are so eager to talk about things that are related to them. Yani now, I don't know the questioner from which part of the world, but I'm sure he's not from Afghanistan, because I don't think that Afghanistan today have this capability of internet. And now, at this time when I'm talking to you, it is very late night, it's very early morning in Afghanistan. So I don't know why this person is asking. But anyway, the Prophet ﷺ taught us the principle. He ﷺ forbidden rebelling against the ruler, even if he is oppressor, unjust, and even if he is unqualified to be the leader or the ruler. Now, so he said you obey. Why? Because disobedience to the ruler will lead only to destruction. Look what happened to Somalia, what happened to Libya, what happened to Tunisia, to Syria, to Yemen, to Iraq, to many other parts, and many other periods in the history of Islam. When they did not obey Uthman and respected Uthman, look to what happened. The issue of killing Ali was a result of killing Uthman. And likewise, it's continuing. So as long as they are the rulers, their people and those who are living there on their land have to obey and respect, which in which is not a disobedient to Allah. I live in Saudi Arabia. I live in Medina in particular. Okay. Now, my ruler, King Salman, I have to obey him fully. But if he commands me to do something which is a disobedient to Allah, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. Why? Because the Prophet ﷺ said, لا طاعة لمخلوق في معصية الخالق. Okay? But if he commands with something that I don't like, however, it is not a disobedient to Allah. It is not. So I will. For example, let me give you an example. Now, today, no one can enter the Prophet Mosque to pray except if he has the 2 dosage of vaccine from COVID-19. Okay, if I don't take vaccine, did I disobey Allah? No. If I take it, did I disobey Allah? No. Then obeying the ruler in this issue is compulsory in Islam. In Islam, it becomes mandatory. I give another example. If I don't stop for the traffic light, red traffic light, did I disobey Allah? No, no. But when the ruler said, everyone drives a car must stop for the red traffic light, then it becomes mandatory. If I cross it, even if the police didn't see me, even if the camera didn't pick me, Allah will punish me for it. I already got a sin. Why? Because I disobeyed my ruler, my Muslim ruler. So we have to understand that. Now, let me tell you something. people living in a non-Muslim country, do they have to obey their rulers? Yes, in which does not contradict with Islam, which is not a disobedient to Allah. Otherwise, how can life go? Now, people living in England, and the government in England said such and such, and they don't obey. Imagine life, how it's going to be miserable. It's going to be it's going to be crashing between them and the police and the government. And so this is not a way. This is not a way. When it is against what Allah commands, or it is in doing what Allah forbid, then if you can't avoid it, avoid it. And I give you a hadith for that. The Prophet ﷺ said, in the end of this life, there will be rulers amongst you or over you who will delay the prayer and from its prescribed time. So the Sahaba said, what will you do? He said, pray in time, meaning in your home, and then pray with them. So why do I pray Dhuhr 2 times? First of all, is it permissible to repeat the obligatory prayer twice? No, it is haram, it is forbidden. Who prays Dhuhr 2 times would be sinning. Why? Because Allah said Dhuhr is 1 time. Every single prayer of the 5 prayers a day is 1 time, not double, it's only single time. But here, Allah Ta'ala allowed me, the Prophet ﷺ allowed me with what Allah revealed to him. Why? Pray in my home for the prescribed timing to please Allah. And I go pray with him to keep his anger away from me or from the community, so they don't, so he doesn't punish the community and cause a problem. And that prayer would be enough sunnah for me. So we have to understand these things well. Now, if they command with something contradicting the law of Islam or the Sharia of Islam, don't follow them, don't obey them. But if by not following, you are going to be in trouble or causing fitna, then do what they say and seek forgiveness for your for what you have been forced to do. Why? Because facing them is going to lead to fighting, and fighting them is going to lead to killing many innocents. So we have to understand that, my brothers and sisters. Wallahu a'lam.